I am, for correcting sake, I am your hot dad.
I'm a starving poor black child full of divorce or something. And anyway, yeah.
I don't know, it's just so fun when you meet like really interesting, just fun, outgoing people. Meanwhile, me and the boys are gonna be here talking about hot chicks.
合意は全くダメですよ。僕はまあ14年前来年。
Good boy, Papa Tikyo, coming to you live, Tokyo. Don't forget to hit that like button, asshole. Okay, here we go. Do. Where the fuck's the outro? What the fuck?
Consider signing up for my Patreon. Links down below. Anyway, that's it. Peace out, guys. Yeah, buddy.
Him. A heater. Yeah, let's start this stuff up. Oh, it's gonna be so sexy with the boobs. You just gotta practice the street life, because there's nowhere place I can go. Street life, it's the only life I know. Street life, and there's 1,000 cards to play. Okay, street life. Before you play your life away, you know, hear what people say. It's just who you want to be, and every night you shine just like a superstar. It's a type of life display, something in masquerade. You dress, you walk, you talk. You're who you think you are. Street life. You can run away from time. Street life. For a nickel or a dime. Street life. But you better not get old. Street life. But you're gonna feel the cold. There's always love for sale. Just like from a fairy tale, and something just like a silver spoon. Yeah, dude, fucking epic, fucking Better Call Saul shit, baby. Just who do you think was so street life? Okay, anyway, Bakush. Hello, sons. Hello, my hot gay sons. Mahatma Gandhi Sunderbergs. How's it going? Let me see. Is this, do I got the, I have this set up for Twitch. I don't know if I have it for YouTube yet. Let me see. What do I got here? Watching a bit. I got coffee talk here. Coffee. Oh, God, coffee. Let's see. Does this work? Okay, yeah, we got that. Cool. Okay, so, where's my headphones? Yeah, I saw Abroad Japan made a new video about Pearl. Yeah, like, I thought he was going to stay away from the drama. And this isn't supposed to be Drama Alert Tikyo Hour, but at the same time, you talk shit about my friend, and I'm going to give my 2 cents on it. And, yeah, I'm going to react to this in real time. He just released this, like last night, and I saw that he released it, but I was like, it's time for me to go to bed, and it is, ma'am. Yeah, so, wait, coffee, oh, coffee, why? Yeah, so I'm gonna watch this and react to this today because he talks shit about our favorite little sister here on here, Oriental Pearl, and, if anyone gives her shit, it's us, you're not allowed to talk shit except us, Yeah, so anyway, we're gonna react to that. And I was too lazy to make a thumbnail. That was like, oh my god, it's me and Chris. But what's up, Daniel? What's up, Snafu? Snafu for thank you for the 7 months, baby. Cash baby, what to do? There are squirrels in the attic. Oh god, we got Deep CX. Yo, what up? How's it going? We got the Daniel. We got So Cool. Sounds cool. How about that public spat with Chris and what's her name? Yep. Well, if you guys notice, thanks to Cobra Bebop the other day, the Cobra and the Bebop here. Oh yeah, I gotta shout this out on Discord so they know that I'm not gonna do a very long stream today, guys, because I got like I got like a Zoom call in like probably like an hour and a half, and then but it depends because you know, they didn't give me a final confirmation on that or not, but yeah, if they don't get back to me, I'm still gonna make this a quick live stream, and then I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. I need to go out, but if I'm feeling not motivated to go out, I might just make some reaction videos instead, and that's fine. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, yeah, guys, tell me what time it is, where you are, what are you doing, you know, and we'll see. Because, yeah, for all of you guys who don't know, on the channel, like, I've there's a lot of YouTubers in Japan. Probably way more than ever before. And I've been doing YouTube since before the break of time. Well, actually, no, I'm actually the second generation YouTuber. There was like a first wave of YouTubers, and then I came in as a second wave. So I've been on YouTube Japan for a long time. Not bragging or anything, just saying, like, just stating that I've been on there for a while. You know, there's a phase of YouTube where it was just about community and making friends and just showing off regular videos of whatever, right? And then there was the like third wave of YouTubers, which is basically like, oh, we can make money off of this? Oh shit. And yeah, Abroad Japan was one of those guys. Abroad Japan is he got into the JET program, which rejected me because they hate black people, and so I've always hated JET for that. I'm like, wait, you think you're better than me? But also, it's just yeah, you know, Abroad Japan is a big fucking hypocrite, and the people, the amount of people that glaze this guy and wish to sunk his dunk is just, it's so funny, man. It's like, I don't have any like juicy gossip behind the scenes about Chris, and I'm not gonna talk about anything that I don't know that's public, right? For the most part, I mean, like, I can make assumptions, right? But you know, I'm not going to be like, oh, I heard this and that about him. It's like, no, I'm just going to state about what I saw online about him, you know? But he's, like, Chris is the biggest English-speaking YouTuber in Japan. Or at least he's the one with the biggest community. There might be other people that have bigger, like, subscriber numbers, but he's by far... Like, I mean, you can't count PewDiePie because PewDiePie was big before he came here. Like, Abroad Japan grew his whole persona off of being the Japan guy, you know? And he has, and I'm going to try to go through his YouTube channel here, so I try not to contradict myself. Because just like me, just like other people, he's probably privated some videos that he wasn't super proud of. But... you know, for all of you guys who need a little catch-up, so Abroad Japan, yeah, he's from England. He came over to Japan on the JET program. Then he became a full-time YouTuber. There was no, like, transition in between that. Similar to Oriental Pearl. Oriental Pearl came over when she was doing her master's, and then she got her master's, and then she was, like, an English teacher for a year, and then she worked at a hotel. So she's already done one more career type job than Chris Abroad. So she's already done more, but they're similar, like, you know. But Chris ended up marrying a white chick, Charlotte, who had already married a Korean guy who moved to Korea, and then got divorced, came back to Japan. So Chris married another foreigner. Pearl married a Japanese guy named Tommy, and he's like the best Power Ranger, so he's cool. And yeah, abroad, like, you know, so they have like similar like work experience kind of, right? Chris speaks Japanese, but he chooses on purpose never to speak Japanese in his videos for some reason. I'm guessing that he's just very self-conscious and he doesn't want people to know, like, nitpick his Japanese. You know, he has... Yeah, so Chris, I know that he speaks Japanese. I mean, he must, you know, at this point. But he's very careful about what he shows online when it comes to his language ability. Meanwhile, Pearl, in almost every video or every other video, she's speaking some language. Whether it's amazing or not, she's putting herself out there, you know? Chris has a big community based around, like, he got big, and then he collabed with other big YouTubers. Like, that was his... Like that was his like criteria for meeting and filming with other people, is that they had to have. This might not be every case, but I'd say a majority of cases. If you did not have more subscribers than him or equal to the same amount, he will not hang out with you. He will not collab with you. Meanwhile, Pearl, for at least the last couple years, it doesn't matter if you're a big YouTuber or not. Like, if she likes you, she'll meet you and she'll make a video with you. And, like, she's very open to making friends with people, which abroad in Japan is very not open to. And so that's already a plus for Pearl. And then another plus is that she shows herself speaking Japanese, and which Chris does not. And so it just goes to show again, like, how she's more willing to put herself out there. He's not. Before... So, like, the beef happened because Pearl made a video called, like, "Is this the end of Japan?" or something. It's obviously, like, hyperbole, trying to get clicks, right? But if you watch the whole video, you can see that she's only talking about certain areas of Tokyo, which I even called her out for in my Discord before any of this drama happened, that I was like, you should have named this "Things Are Happening in, like, Nakameguro and Shibuya" or something versus all of Japan, right? But, you know, whatever, right? The whole point is, though, is that if you watch the video, you'd understand, right? And, yeah, abroad in Japan got really triggered by that, and then he posted it, that he was really triggered by that video and how it was bullshit and how he's sick and tired of sensationalist videos. Take in mind, there's plenty of people doing what Pearl's doing it right now. And, Pearl was supposed to make a video with Chris's wife, Charla, a couple years ago, and then before that, Charla uploaded a video, and Pearl made a comment saying, like, "Hey, good video. By the way, I don't agree with what you said, but you know, the good video." And Charla hated that, and Charla just basically blacklisted Pearl from any of her Black Panther parties from that point on. So Charla, Chris's wife, actively hates Pearl. Charla has been known to in the past be making sock puppet accounts and like talk shit about people behind their backs. Charla is friends with Tokyo Lens, who's a big piece of shit, who's the most, if you've ever been in his comment section, he's the most bipolar fucking YouTube creator. And so Chris married her. And so Chris, up until now, I don't think he's ever honed in, as far as I'm aware, so doubling down, getting angry at people. And Pearl has a big target on her back. She's not the most prettiest lady. And she is, you know, she doesn't have as many... Like, Chris Broad is basically everybody's go-to guy when they're visiting Japan. Like Chris, he's friends with Ludwig, who, if you guys don't know, is the biggest jellyfish on Twitch. The guy lacks a spine. He's got no spine. That guy, he waits 2 weeks for any drama to happen, and then he makes a decision based on what the majority of people think. He never stands up for what he actually believes in, if he believes in anything. And Chris is friends with this guy. So it makes me think, is Chris really caring about this stuff, or is he just being a good marketer? Because literally a week before, Chris made this drama post, because take in mind, he said he was expressing his opinion, right? When I express my opinion, I go on Twitter, because on Facebook, I actually have friends there that have different political opinions than me, and I want to actually keep those relationships. So I'll just publicly post my very, very polarizing political opinions on Twitter. Like, that's the one place, and there you go. Chris, on the other hand, he has multiple social media accounts on all the platforms, and he copy-paste spams his whole message. about why he's angry. So this isn't about expressing an opinion to me. It's more about, like, I need to make a comment about this so I can rage bait people. This person is rage baiting people about Japan, and now it's my turn to rage bait because I'm in the right and she's in the wrong. And I don't know. It's just Chris is from the UK, right? UK's famous for the past, decade for having brown people raping little white kids and, like, just raping people in general. And the UK is doing the Digital ID Act now. UK will throw people in jail for anything they post online. Chris, meanwhile, he doesn't seem to care about that. He doesn't post anything about that. But he'll post about other shit that's related to the UK. So for me, it's like, I understand that he doesn't want to go to jail or get expedited to the UK. But this guy, he's, it's very spineless, what he's doing. There's not integrity in what he's, when he's trying to make a fight against Pearl, because he, just for the fact that he, like, if you wanted to really express your opinion, you'd leave it on one platform and be done with it and then just move on. But this guy, he copy pasted this message about how he was so disgusted with Pearl's video where she walked around and showed graffiti and trash in her neighborhood, right? And then, he copy paste that message on every social media. And then on top of that, anybody who made a video responding to that, and anybody who made a live stream or whatever, Chris would be in the comment section defending himself. Take in mind, this guy's got 3 million subscribers. Like, it's very petty for somebody that big to be like, well, no, you don't understand. I'm coming from this point of view. And again, like Sora the Troll, he made a response video where he actually pointed out how Pearl was right about there's been too much graffiti. Like, he went back on the Google Chrome, what do you call it, Google Maps, and he's like, wow, like, compared to a couple years ago, graffiti has gotten really worse. And Chris is in there, trying to defend himself. And so, unlike Chris, again, Pearl, the person, woman of the people, she actually goes and meets Sora. She's like, let's actually go make a video together, which is very cool. It's like, yeah, like, she's like, you know what, I'm going to go and I'm going to actually talk to this guy. Meanwhile, Chris is in his ivory tower just being like, no, you don't understand. And I don't know. It's just, I notice, like, there's a thing with people when they get a lot of money. They either are like Asmongold, who are still down to earth, who remain like the same person, and then they get pompous. And I think Chris has gotten very pompous and very disconnected from reality. And take in mind, Chris is like a very successful guy. He's got multiple businesses. He's met the Emperor of Japan. Like, he's accomplished so much. And just literally a week before I was trying to make this point earlier, a week before he made this post about Pearl, there was a post on his fucking social media that was complaining that he spent 8 months working on this project, that he had a whole team work with him, and that he only got like 400,000 views on the video or something. And he was so angry about YouTube. Isn't it kind of a coincidence that, like, okay, well, if she's going to get, like, I don't know, it comes down to, like, petty jealousy. He's angry about her being able to have a GoPro and make a spicy, saucy title and a video. And he's angry. He's jealous about that, and he doesn't like it. It's ma'am. And so what can he do? He's going to complain about it, right? And so yeah, and so it's just the timing is really bad. His actions are really bad. Like, you don't judge what a person says. You judge their actions, right? Like, to show who they really are. And Chris just the whole point that Chris was angry about is that she's misrepresenting Japan, and that it's what do you call it? Is that, like, she's emotionally manipulating people to have this bad image of Japan. And take in mind that Chris clickbaits the shit out of his videos all the time. And again, Chris has a lot more resources than Pearl. Chris has a lot more respect and reputation than Pearl just because he's been around so much. So it's like, I don't see why he gives a shit. And on top of this, like a lot of his audience are a bunch of fucking Reddit bitches. And I don't know if you guys have ever been on Reddit, but Reddit fucking sucks. Reddit's just full of guys who are like, hey, you know, like when people are complaining about the new fucking Pokemon game, they're the fat guys that are like, leave that multi-billion dollar company alone. Like, hey, stop that. Yeah, man, I don't like it. So I mean, like, you know, like when Pearl was getting hate, I was like, she doesn't watch Rick and Morty, but I was like, I referred to that episode where Rick is like, I've heard what you people cheer for. Your boos mean nothing to me. That's what I think of when I think of LeBron Japan's like comments, you know, or like his community. It's just a bunch of people that want to suck his dick, that want to be his friends so bad, just because they want to be friends of a famous person. It reminds me of all the dirty fucking stupid commies that are just like, let's just let the government be in charge of everything because I trust them because I'm so smart. I'm like, ugh. Here, let me read the chat. What does it say here? Papa Fuchs, yeah, guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I think that video the diss track I wanted to be, yeah, basically back and forth diss tracks. Chris got a breakout video where he shared an English swearing word back in the speaker and it really took off, yeah. Express an opinion and then rise above. This is beneath both of them. Well, I mean, either way, they're going to come out on top of this because if you guys don't know, from October to December, that is the best time to make money on YouTube. That's the time where advertisers give a lot more budget to YouTube because it goes in quarters, right? There's 4 quarters in a year for business or whatever, and this is the last quarter of the year. And so, like, you know, if Chris isn't getting a lot, I mean, there's a reason why Chris uploads so many videos in December. Like, he did, like, Vlogmas or something, like, the last couple years. And, yeah, because you get that sweet, sweet extra bonus revenue. So I'm guessing that it's already mid-October. He wants to get the ball rolling on this, and he wants to make more money. I mean, this is the whole, my whole, like, why I'm so pissed off at Chris is that for years he's talked shit about YouTubers and he thinks that being a YouTuber is beneath him. Meanwhile, he's like, I'm a filmmaker. I make films. But Chris, you haven't made any fucking films. He, like, you know, people like to point out, well, he made that Fukushima documentary. That's not just because you made a good-looking thing and you put it on YouTube doesn't mean that it's a film. For it to be a film like me, it has to be picked up by a major production company. And you actually have to have, like, actual, like, important people as the executive producers and have an actual team. Like my buddies, the Rocket guys with A24, you know? They're making a fucking, a documentary right now with A24, and they've got, like, the best cameras. They got, like, a whole film crew. They got a group of fixers and shit. Like, and they got a big company backing them up. Chris doesn't do this. And even if he did, I don't know. I'm not taking the Fukushima documentary or the Natsuki the movie. No, like those are just glorified YouTube videos that you put out on YouTube. Those are not movies, in my opinion. But Chris always says, I'm a filmmaker, you know, I'm not a YouTuber. And, yeah, dude, you're a YouTuber, man. You made your whole career, all of your money from YouTube. You're a fucking YouTuber until you make a movie. Like my buddy Winston and Matt from Serpent ZA and Laowa86, they made a movie. It's on Amazon Prime. They made a whole, I think it was like 2 documentaries or whatever. So, yeah, you know. I didn't think he was talking about when he gave her a react, but this video really spotlighted her. Yo, I white knighted for Pearl so hard and roasted every single NPC in their audience who came to the dogpile. Yeah. This is more heated than Drake versus Kendrick. Yeah. His audience is such NPC chos. Exactly. Yeah. No original thought. Barely sentient. Just roast them all. Yeah. I mean, like, it's just anyway. Let's enough back talk. Let's get into the video. I'm not gonna try to like. I mean, I'm gonna go through it bit by bit. But yeah, like I thought, like if I'm gonna react to this, I might as well do it on YouTube, and just instead of doing it on Twitch and then re-uploading it to YouTube. But anyway, yeah. Let's let me change this here so you guys can hear it. Where is it? USB. Okay, cool. Okay, let's do it.
Messages from people asking me if Japan is okay, linking a rather ominous sounding video called What is Happening to Japan. It wasn't just the time.
So he blurred this her face, and the reason why is that if he wanted to be petty about it, if Pearl wanted to be petty, and she would never be petty, she probably could have like done a jet speed guy thing or whatever, and copyright claim the video or something, and that's why he's covering her face. It's not to not give her attention. He's just trying to cover his ass, which she wouldn't do anyway. But let's keep going.
Title and thumbnail that were ominous, but the description reading, "Is Japan cooked? I've seen a lot of changes and things seem to be getting worse." In an era where I'm now being sent daily AI videos and photos that sorely misrepresent Japan from bizarre and questionable accounts, it made an almost refreshing change to be sent something produced by a human being. And more crucially, a creator who is one of the biggest foreign content creators.
No, there's literally, she has 1 million followers, dude, but Chris, you have 3 million. You have overall way more views than she has. There's other people that are big, but you love, I love it how this is part of his thing, that it's like, well, she's one of the biggest YouTubers, so, because basically he's saying, this, I'm justified in punching down because this person is just as big as me. And I'm like, Chris, there's a huge difference between 1 million and 3 million, you know? And again, subscribers doesn't matter. It's how many views you're getting per video also. Is this the first time he directly makes it about her? Well, yeah, he hasn't made videos about her up until now. He's made social media posts, but he hasn't made videos about her. So this is the first
Japan,
one.
With 1.4 million subscribers on YouTube alone and hundreds of thousands more across other social media platforms. In fact, the same video had been chopped up into half a dozen videos without...
Facebook, Instagram, wow, he went all out on this shit. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, I have to take Chris's side on this. What's happening in Japan, that is glorifying the shit out of this stuff and blowing it. That is, it should be called what is happening in Shibuya, what is happening in Nakameguro, what is happening in Kabukicho. I work all over Tokyo, and Tokyo is not like this, you know? In some rich neighborhoods, yeah, but it's not overall like this. There's, I mean, like, I work near Yokohama too. I work near Ikebukuro, and also I work near Suidobashi, and like none of this stuff is there's not like a huge amount of graffiti everywhere, but in the rich neighborhoods and specifically in the red light district, yeah. But yeah, what is happening in Japan? I don't know. Part of me wants to be like, liar, she's lying, but at the same time, it's like, you don't hate the player, you hate the game, right? That's what Snoop Dogg used to say. And like, if YouTube and all these other platforms are promoting this kind of stuff, why are you doing this, you know? And also, Chris is blurring her face because he doesn't want to get sued. This is what they do in Japan too. They blur the face. So he's a coward. He's afraid about getting in trouble with this. He's complaining that Pearl called him the C word. Just a heads up, if you Yanks. I know that you guys got to learn the C word is normal banter in the UK, NZ, yeah. Well, I mean, he pointed out that he didn't like that her name is Oriental, even though she named herself after, like, the most famous building in Shanghai. But Chris doesn't know shit about China, so he was just, again, that makes me, like, I really don't like this whole leftist, like, oh, yeah, well, I can't defend myself on what I originally called you out for, so what about this? And it's, like, it's just such, like, bad actor shit, you know? It's just like, oh, I get it. You're just angry. You're just trying to pick a fight, you know? Yeah. Anyway, I found that to be odd. Blur the face. Well, he's just doing it because he's afraid to get sued, you know? Like, in Japan, they got slander shit, I guess, or something. I don't know.
And shared on Instagram and TikTok, amassing over 3 million views in just a matter of
days. The
days.
cash register fucking sound bite. Are you serious, bro? Oh, man.
Now I was especially concerned, not just as somebody living in Japan.
I was especially concerned. Look at how fucking, like, serious the like, you know, you talk about emotionally manipulative. All this music that he's playing is trying to amplify and heighten the emotion that the viewer is feeling right now while he's talking. You know, he's not talking like I am right now. He's talking like he's on, like he's a TV host. He's trying to convey an emotion that is supposed to give you an emotional reaction that gives you a deeper feeling about what he's talking about.
or Tokyo, but actually this street where the thumbnail's taken is somewhere I walk down once or twice a week in Nakameguro. One of my favourite coffee shops is just around the corner, and in fact, this video I made earlier in the year was filmed on the same street, albeit at a different angle, not showing the abandoned house. And not to mention, I've actually been living in the neighbourhood myself for the last 3 years. And when I
Wait, he lives in Meguro? Oh my god, they both live in the same area? That's pretty funny.
went to take the thumbnail for my video, I quickly noticed a few interesting differences between my original ungraded photos and the thumbnail of her video. It is a rather fascinating game of spot the difference. So naturally I was a bit concerned to find out what...
Oh man, uh-oh. Oh shit. Okay, I mean this is playing the clickbait game, right?
is happening to Japan, especially as over 3 million people had seen this message. For half of the runtime of the video, the creator in question walks through Kabuki町in Shinjuku, Japan's
Just say Oriental Pearl, you pussy. Come on, dude.
biggest nightlife district, with a reputation for being dirty and gritty, filming bin bags, litter, and homeless people. In the short form content, the same videos show the litter being intercut at times with foreign tourists, who are queuing unremarkably to take a photo of the Toho Godzilla statue, although the angle of the statue was left out of the footage. And it's at this point I need to reiterate, if you don't know Japan, Kabuki町or Shinjuku can be a bit of a shock. It's the equivalent of walking through downtown LA or Soho in London. And in recent years, it's been gentrified more than perhaps anywhere in Tokyo. It used to be genuinely quite dangerous. I remember 10 years ago, I made a hotel reservation there and had to cancel it after there was a Yakuza shootout quite literally across the road from the hotel.
Dude, this is how I can tell Chris grew up in a very privileged fucking setting. It's like anybody who grows up in a ghetto place knows that, like, when something like this happens, everybody hears about that, so they go out of their way to not do something else ghetto. Like, it's one of those things where it's like if there's a terrorist attack somewhere and you want to, like, travel, like, that's the best time to go because everyone is, like, they're just trying to sell tickets. And it's like, dude, nobody's going to, like, there's not going to be a second incident in Kabuki町. You know, and this happened, what, 13 years ago? Yeah, I mean, most of the gun attacks that happen in Japan are not in Tokyo. I mean, there was one that happened in Ikebukuro where a Chinese guy shot his wife. And, yeah, it's very rare. So for Chris to be like, I had to cancel my whole hotel because I didn't want to get shot. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, all the criminals know that, like, if you get, like, that area's a hot spot, like, you don't want to carry around a gun. You got to be careful because you know the cops are patrolling extra hard then, you know? Like, it's probably very safe to be there. And, yeah, you know? He's complaining that Pearl called him the C word? Yeah, literally a guy got shot down the road from where I live. Chris is thinking, like, Japan is dangerous. Japan's soft, upper middle class poo melt, yeah. You also give an emotional reaction to hot moms, yeah.
The area is also synonymous with Tokyo's homeless population as far back as 2003, when the film Tokyo Godfathers shone a spotlight on the long-standing homeless population, which, according to the statistics, is thankfully going down. And if you walk around there today, compared to 10 years ago, there are far less homeless people. But crucially...
Yep, I remember when I first came to Japan, there was, like a whole like park in Shinjuku that was filled with homeless people. And it's funny because Yakuza, if you play the first Yakuza game, it pretty much is like that. It was a whole park that wasn't a park anymore. It just had homeless tents all over. And I even have a video. God damn, is that video still on my channel? I had a video where I walked through there. I gotta go back and see if that video is still up. Yeah, I was just walking around and there's a bunch of homeless people all over. Let's see.
Kabuki町and Shinjuku doesn't represent Tokyo, it doesn't represent Japan, but if you wanted to make Japan look cooked, it would be the first place you would go, pull out your camera and hit record. The other half of the run...
That is true. That is true.
...time in these videos was dedicated to Nakameguro, a trendy district that's historically one of...
Yeah, Nakameguro is basically like Manhattan. It's like we're all... I mean, not Manhattan for shops, but Manhattan for rich people. Like, all the rich people... like celebrities, not all of them, but like a lot of rich people. Like it's a very boring area. It's not that interesting, in my opinion. It's like basically a road and then fancy neighborhoods with just buildings that are just boring as fuck. I hate the area. I don't like it. But But yeah, I mean, like Nakameguro. So yeah, trendy hipster neighborhood. That's what it's
Of
called.
Tokyo's most artistic neighborhoods. And with a recent history.
It's basically where, like, if you're young, it's because you're a nepo baby there. But if you are like single, it's because your parents are helping pay for the rent. And if you're married, it's because you're both, or at least one of you is rich. So yeah.
Of graffiti, both
What up,
artistic
Psychotech? What it do?
and just tagging, where people just spray paint their name. A few years ago, I think it was 2019, there was quite a lot of graffiti, and the local schools got together to paint over it, and then the graffiti came back again. But when Japanese TV made a video on it, interviewing locals, interestingly, they didn't intercut it with shots of Asia's biggest nightlife district and call it What is Happening to Japan. They called it Residents Express Discomfort at 37 graffiti sites found around Nakameguro Station. And maybe that's why, despite having twice the number of subscribers, they only got 100,000 views, instead of almost 500,000. Silly traditional media attempting to present news in an objective manner in 2025.
Chris, Chris is the kind of guy who likes watching CNN and jerking off. I mean, in my humble opinion, right? He's just like, oh God, CNN, you could never go wrong. Don Lemon, oh yeah, like, you know, CNN, all these great you know, news reporters, they've never lied about a single thing ever, you know. Hey Chris, what about all those Muslims raping people in your country? Look at this blonde chick. Look, I mean, I'm just saying, I wonder if this was like, because I've seen brown people, like Indians and other people, make similar videos to what Pearl made right now, and I don't think he would ever call out any of those people because he doesn't want to be racist. This is like the thing where it's like, if it's a white person with blonde hair, it's fair game, I think. I genuinely think that's like the case with him, you know? Bro, Bron Japan is so BBC, not the category on the hub, but just boring news channel. It's so sterile, like upper middle class, no personality. Yeah, I mean, you know, the Nakameguro video, yeah, because they're talking about news. Pearl is she's an entertainer. They are news, she's an entertainer, dude. There's difference, right? But I mean, like, the thing I don't like about this is that Chris assumes that people are retarded and they're going to take everything at face value. You know, which I don't think is, I don't know. Are you guys retarded? Are you just going to watch Pearl's video and be like, oh my God, that's all in Japan. Oh my God, racism.
And so at this point, you might be thinking, okay, right, so what's happened to Japan? What happened next? Now lean in. Come closer. Come over.
Guys, I feel some emotional manipulation happening here with all these different sound effects and background music.
That was it. That was literally it. In a country of 120 million people, they were all cooked because of some bin bags in a red light district and some spray paint on a wall down 6 or 7 streets in the capital city. And while the YouTube video was 15 long, stupid minutes I'll never get back, it was the short form content that really concerned me. We live in a scary time when more people now than ever before learn things about countries and cultures from 30 to 60-second videos without context, and where the more sensationalist the videos are, the more you will be rewarded for it. People are angry.
So you're angry that she's playing the game. You're angry that she's playing the game better than you and getting more views than you, and you're saying that everyone is retarded and they're going to believe everything that they see online. That's what you're saying, right? That's pretty much what he's saying? Yeah, Sam, that's what I'm saying. Okay, just wanted to confirm.
Both in Japan and around the world at the moment. And this video, or these videos, seem to be exceptional rage bait that made a lot of people angry. Without any exposition on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, they showed a series of awful images in a densely populated area. And if you look at the comment sections, particularly on those shorts, you will see the most vile, hateful, angry
Black American youth started graffiti until it spreads to the world.
Comments that you can find.
Diversity quote. Yeah, what Japan's being enriched.
A creator isn't...
To be fair, a lot of that graffiti has been caused by tourists. There's a reason why the graffiti has gone up so much since after COVID. And it is because there's a shit ton of Airbnbs there. And a lot of these people that do graffiti, they're doing it purposely in neighborhoods where they're low, like where there's low police, like in the rich areas, because there's not crime in those areas. So, I do think it's foreigners, like especially all that trash too. Like it's just simple. Like a lot of people, they stay at an Airbnb. They're rich, they don't care, and they throw away their trash whenever they want to. And then some of them do graffiti. Like it's like if this happened at the same level before COVID, then I would say, oh, it's still Japanese people. But no, it's It's obviously foreigners that are doing this.
Responsible for what people comment on their content. But
Again, Chris is the kind of guy that would be like, a Muslim rapist in the UK? What are you talking about? Who are you? What are you doing here? You know, sorry, girlie, I thought you were one of them.
subtle choices, the way the images and clips are cut and edited together, with the message that goes with it, can have a very powerful effect. As somebody who's edited over 300 videos, I'm more aware of that than anyone. The most unsettling thing is it's never been easier to monetize sensationalist slop content. And if you do it, you'll be richly rewarded for it. Case in point, this video, the creator pointed out, made $1,500, which is a seriously impressive amount of money, for going around filming some bin bags and...
Chris, you've made so much more money. You've gotten so much more money from just simple sponsorships even, dude. Like, that's a drop in the bucket compared to what you get.
some spray paint in a video that would have taken a matter of hours to record. And this is...
So you're angry that she was able to make money because she was able to film something. I love it how he's like, oh my God, she's filming homeless people. Look, she's not filming his face, dude. She's not violating his privacy. Like, Chris loves to point out, like, how he hates people filming people without their permission. But meanwhile, like, I don't know, like, for me, when I film my videos, well, I mean, after the sushi thing, like, I always ask people, I'm like, I'm going to film this, I'm on YouTube, can I put this on YouTube? And they're like, yeah. And I always get them on camera saying that just in case I need to have that afterwards. But, yeah, I mean, the thing is just if you're in public, you're going to get filmed. It doesn't matter how dignified or not dignified you are, you know? You're going to, like, it's just... Like, there you go, you know? I mean, what can you do? It's that, like, you can complain about all you want, but at the end of the day, you know, like, the thing is that if Chris complained about, like, how Pearl filmed people in public, and it's just like, Chris, if those people did not want to be in the video, they could sue her, and they didn't. This isn't your fight. If they want to fight it, sure, but, like, you're making an anthill out of a molehill. You're making a mountain out of an anthill, right? Like, you're fighting a fight for people that don't give a shit that you're trying to fight for them, you know?
One of the things that worries me the most, the monetization of slop sensationalist content. That's one thing I want to discuss a little bit later on. It's at this point I thought, look, just don't say anything, bite your tongue, move on. But when I saw millions upon millions of views, people angry...
Jealousy, again, jealousy.
A current backdrop of sensationalist slop content taking over, and a rise in anti-foreign sentiment here in Japan.
Anti-foreign sentiment, really? Really? Uh-huh. I think there's a difference between the foreigners me and the people in those comments are thinking of versus the foreigners you're thinking of, Chris.
I snapped. I had to say something.
I had to say something.
Chose to bring attention to it publicly.
On every single platform. You brought attention to it on every single platform. You were making content out of this, Chris.
And I quickly received 2 replies. The first was from a guy who posted a photo of some graffiti he saw in 1993, pointing out graffiti has always been around in Tokyo. And the other comment was from the content creator herself, who told me to take it down. This was now a creator on creator matter, and they were just a humble creator with a GoPro.
She wanted to talk one-on-one with Chris. He's the one who escalated this. He tried to say later that, like, we could have talked about this one-on-one. She reached out to him. They could have had a discussion. But he's like, fuck you, bitch. And so this is what pisses me off about him, is that he tries to act all holier than thou and that he's so much better. But meanwhile, when Pearl tries to give him, like, an olive branch and be like, can we discuss this? He's like, fuck you, bitch. I'm going to make my content off of your I don't know. It's just, like, he complains about her being a slop creator, right? But meanwhile, he's making a whole new marketing campaign to boost his current engagement off of critiquing her. It's like the people that complain about Moist Critical, right? It's like you just want to... You want to bully somebody and you want to be justified socially to be able to do it, right? And take in mind, again, Chris's wife hates Pearl. So, like, you know, like, he's getting brownie points with the wife just for calling this shit out too, right? Like, I don't know, man. It's just like when you're a foreigner and you marry another foreigner, when you make videos where you specifically don't speak Japanese or have Japanese people in your videos, and then you try to like white knight and like gatekeep for Japan, it makes me believe that you're not coming from 100%, like you're not being what do you call it? Like it's not a lot of good faith here. It's like half good faith shit.
Somehow conveniently forgetting they were one of the biggest foreign content creators in Japan.
There are so many other people that are bigger than Pearl. Pearl only became big like this last year or two, dude. Like, again, like he's acting like she's the giantest fucking YouTuber. There's plenty of other YouTubers that get way more views than her in Japan, you know?
Now, I think if you are a large content creator, both literally and metaphorically, you should be willing to accept a degree of scrutiny. I know I do every time I release a video, people attack me for various things. And
But instead of talking it out and maybe making a video where you guys have a civil discussion, you purposely went out of your way to fight her because you knew your stupid little Reddit group people, your Reddit NPCs would go behind you because they love sunk in your dunk. And what is better than creating good stuff is creating controversy. Again, you're being a hypocrite. You're doing exactly what you're calling her out for like rage baiting, clickbaiting, slop, creating versus creating something genuine. You're just like creating bullshit, right?
And if I see something that I believe misconstrues reality, then I'm going to call it out as well. Impressively, no less than 6 hours later,
You did not respond. She reached out to you. You purposely decided not to respond and have a private conversation with her. What did you expect was going to happen?
shot, edited, and released an entire video about what she'd called an attack, calling me a gatekeeper.
You are such a fucking gatekeeper. Are you kidding me? You don't want anybody to come to Japan. This guy constantly gets angry at AI, gets angry at tourists making videos here, because he's been on top of the mountain of content creation for Japan for so long. And the fact that he is possibly sliding down that right now scares the shit out of him. So that's why he calls out people like Pearl, because she's better at the game than he is. I'm not saying that like it's wrong. I'm getting angry that the fact that he thinks that people are so retarded that they're gonna look at her title and they're not gonna look at the video. They're just gonna look at the title and be like, yeah, well, I guess that's it, huh? Like he's saying you're all too retarded to understand anything, and I'm a good guy. She's bad. She tried to be nice and talk to me afterwards, but fuck that. I'm gonna like reach out. I'm gonna attack her, but I'm the good guy here. Remember that. Ugh. It's just so slimy, dude.
Accused of painting Japan as a utopia. I was accused of excluding her from my friendship group. Somebody I've never met, never spoken to.
Your wife did. She reached out. You guys, she was supposed to film with her one time. They were being nice and discussing, and then she made a comment about how Charlotte's wrong in one of her videos, and Charlotte blacklisted her. And you and like all of your friends, like Joey the Anime Man, all these other people, they won't hang out with her. They won't talk to her because your wife hates them and they don't want to piss you off. You fucking nondescript piece of shit.
I was accused of being grumpy, maybe because her viewers had claimed that she was more attractive than me and less grumpy. And no, I'm not making this up. This is actually a real video. And finally, I was called the C word. Just
cunt? You mean you were being a cunt? She should have said it a little bit more angrily, I think. You're being a fucking cunt dog slut. You know,
the cherry on top. It is, ironically, one of the most bizarre, personal, rambling attacks that I've ever had. And
intriguing claims. I only show romanticized side of Japan. What is happening in Japan allegedly took you 2 years of research. I have a personal content issue with the content creator for 5 years. First one, romanticized side of Japan. I bet I could scroll through a majority of his videos, and it is a majority like that. What is happening in Japan took 2 years of research. I don't know about that. I know that Chris loves to say that he works for this one charity when he does a bicycle stream with that Sea Dog guy. But Pearl works directly. I mean, I looked into the fucking, the foundation that, what was it, Chris does the charity work for, and they had a controversy about not spending money or whatever. I don't know the whole thing, but there was some sketchy ass shit. Meanwhile, Pearl, she's done multiple fundraisers for a homeless shelter and a church. directly in Japan, and you can see exactly how they spend that money. And so, you know, like, because Chris called out Pearl for being like, it's so slimy that she films homeless people. Specifically, she went to like these homeless camps where they were, and they filmed it. But that was part of a church charity system, like, what do you call it, like, organization. So she didn't just go and find random homeless people. She was with the church that was going out there and giving them food. And he doesn't do any of that shit. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but Pearl, I don't know if she does this now, but at least a year or two ago, she was doing, I'm not going to say the location, but she was working at a homeless shelter. Not working, but volunteering at least one time, like once a week or every other week. Where she could have put that in a video, and she could have milked that like crazy. But she never did that. And she's probably angry at me for mentioning it. But I don't think Chris has done any shit like that, you know? So him, again, trying to come off like he's this morally superior guy pisses me off. Because I know for him, he'd be like, ew, homeless people giving them soup? Ugh, what is this, Obama? Like, and that's what makes me so angry about this. But let's keep going.
I think it is really pointless. It degrades any sort of debate or conversation. And it's the least important thing that I want to talk about today. And for some clarity, sort of
what did
debate.
It say? Please don't waste your time watching this. It'll earn her more money than filming a bin bag. Yeah, Chris, no, you don't like it because she points out all these good things and you don't want anybody to watch it. Because she actually calls you out. I mean, the cunt thing, I would have said it a lot more louder and more angrily, but yeah.
Conversation. And it's the least important thing that I want to talk about today.
He's crashing out, bro.
I don't dislike this person. I dislike their content, not just this video, but some other videos, which I'll discuss. I know I can be sarcastic and silly, but I'm genuinely not a malicious person. I quite honestly wish her well.
Yeah, no you don't. No you don't, you big fucking liar. You wish her well. You're going on a hate campaign about this woman for the last 2.5 weeks. You don't wish her well. Come on, bro.
And I ask you, if you disagree with her, if you disagree with me, that you always comment in a respectful manner and don't share any hatred online.
His first all of his all the replies on his social media was just people calling her like a fucking bitch and shit, and he didn't delete any of that stuff. You fucking bitch ass.
There's already enough of that going round. And I'm making this video for 2 reasons. Number one, there are much bigger issues in play here around content creation, around Japan, and I want to discuss those. And second of all, some people see it as me bullying another creator.
Yeah, I have to say right now that you look self-righteous asshole trying to bully the new kid in school. You've gotten pretty big head things lately. Maybe it's time to come back to earth and check the attitude at the door. Oh, ho, ho. Yeah, look at that. Look at that fucking comment. Ooh, the kisses. Mwah, the sugary kisses here.
Because they don't understand why I would bring this up. And honestly, I don't do this sort of thing lightly.
What are you talking about? You were complaining about how nobody watches your shit literally a week before you attacked her. Right before you fucking attacked her, you came out and you said, like a week before, and you're like, YouTube doesn't promote my stuff. It's not fair. It's ma'am. And like, what are you talking about, Chris? This is all like, this is like clearly a campaign to like, you know, it's like, what do you call it? Like rage marketing or whatever, right? Like, it's like the gay shit that they did during Pride Month or like before, not Pride Month. Like, they try to get a reaction out of people in hopes that they'll get more people that, even if they piss people off, they hope that more people will watch them, or at least their name gets out there more, so then people will go get curious and check out the other stuff. Like, Chris, you've never made a drama video up until now, so obviously you're desperate for views. This isn't just a moral issue you have, because the timing is too convenient, dude. Like, come on, am I the only one who doesn't see this shit? Anyway, what's talking in the chat? He crashing out. My sister moved to England. My niece is in English. Lemmy Palms agree with that. Called a C word. Yeah, the C word's not a big deal in England, right? That plausible deniability, right? Yeah, dude. Yeah, facts. I knew Sam would address this. Yeah, Adol Seiron. Yep. I appreciate your point of view. I mean, like, guys, feel free to disagree with me in the fucking chat. Like, I don't care. It's just that, like, I don't care that Chris doesn't like Pearl. I don't care that he thinks that her content sucks. I hate that this is clearly a way for him to become relevant again before the biggest part of the year for creators to make money. So this is just like, again, it's like outrage marketing. He doesn't, like, he just wants more people to check out his shit. You know, that's all it is.
The only time I think I've ever called out a creator was Mr. Beast last year when he partnered with Logan Paul, a man who did awful things in Japan, which I had to discuss publicly on Japanese national television. I didn't enjoy making that video or the attention or scrutiny it brought me. I hate myself.
Oh, what are you talking about, dude? You loved it. You loved it. You love being on the right side of righteousness. You love being on, you love the national TV attention. Oh, I hated doing it. No, shut the fuck up. Who are you kidding, bro? You loved every second of it. And the best part is that you're in the right. You're automatically in the right. So you get to say what everyone's thinking, and then they're like, oh my God, what a great person Chris is. I'm not saying you had to defend him, but you jumped at that. You jumped at the bits being able to talk shit like that, dude. Come on, bro.
Sometimes that I can't keep my mouth shut on certain things. But when you feel something is profoundly wrong in here, you have to talk about it.
No, you hate Mr. Beast because he's making more money than you, and you hate that nobody does anything about it. You hate Logan Paul for the fact that he made a video about the suicide forest and that he got away with it. And yeah, that's it, dude.
I've held my tongue previously on other content that this creator has produced. A few years ago, a friend showed me a clip of a video in which the same person
harassed in Japan's slums
walked through an economically deprived part of Tokyo filming homeless people.
Oh my gosh, this is a rough area.
Under the guise of showing the real Japan, filming the most vulnerable people in society and posting it online. Like, I've had Japanese friends tell me this sort of stuff makes them feel uncomfortable. Beyond that, it's sort of...
What are you talking about, the homeless people, dude? Like, everybody in that video, if you go and watch it, they're clearly having a good time. They clearly don't give a shit, dude. There's nobody else making videos about this right now, and what she did was fairly respectable compared to other people around the world when they film homeless people. Again, this is something that Chris hates because he wishes he could do something like this. He's afraid because he's garnered this Reddit white knight gatekeeper community of people that don't even live in Japan so much that if he made a video like this, he'd get scrutinized for it. But meanwhile, Pearl shows she's just going, like, she's slumming it with the homeless people. Look at that. Like, they're just straight up chilling. And, like, he's getting angry at her for that. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's obvious that you're just peanut butter and jealous, dude, for this shit.
Like, I've had Japanese friends tell me this sort of stuff makes them feel uncomfortable.
Dude, you know what? Fun story. So I'm an interpreter, right? I'm an interpreter translator, and I've done interpreting jobs in the past where I was with Japanese interpreters. Like, they were Japanese people, and I had one woman, let's just call her Michiko, that I was working with. She's about like late 40s, and she's a translator / tour guide here in Japan. And I asked her, because I told her I do YouTube as well, and I asked her, I was like, what do you think about people that come to Japan and do YouTube? And she's like, I hate abroad in Japan. And I was like, whoa, I didn't even mention him, and you already said you hate him? I was like, wait a second, why do you hate abroad in Japan? Like, that's like a pretty strong statement for a Japanese person. And she was like, I hate the fact that every person that comes on my tour talks about him and knows about him because that guy doesn't know shit about Japan. And I was like, what are you talking about? He makes like all these good videos about Japan. He's showing people around. She's like, yeah, he never has Japanese people in his videos. And I don't know if he speaks Japanese. And I was like, no, he speaks Japanese. Like, he obviously speaks Japanese. She's like, why doesn't he speak in his videos? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. But she's like, yeah, like she was from Fukushima too. And she said she really hated his video about Fukushima. I don't know. I don't remember what was in that video. But I remember her, like, out of any Japanese person I've ever asked about YouTubers, she was the only one. Like, if you ask Japanese people about foreign YouTubers, they don't know. They don't know anybody. They don't care. But, like, this one woman, just because she works with foreigners all the time, knew about him, and she didn't like him. So that's my experience with Japanese people and Chris abroad, you know? Anyway,
beyond that, it sort of portrays Japan as this magical place where there's a barrier between us, where if you speak Japanese, they will bounce around, they will scream and shout, it will cure depression, as if the entire country is one big social experiment waiting to be exploited. And
Is this a problem? Why is this a problem? She's having like wholesome conversations with people. Why is there an issue here? Like, guys, tell me in the chat. What is the issue of this? Like, I get the thumbnail is very catchy, and it's like a very like what do you call it? Kind of like catchy title and thumbnail. But like, if you watch the video, what is the problem with the video here? I don't get it. It's showing like a wholesome fucking interaction with people. What is the deal? What's the problem? Somebody tell me what is the problem with this.
I worry in an era of nuisance content creators coming to Japan doing things that are unspeakably bad. They might see this sort of content and go, wow, you get $1,500 for that. Maybe start to wave cameras around in the faces of homeless people, potentially leading to even more nuisance content.
Yeah, but she's not doing any nuisance shit, Chris. She's having wholesome, like, fun interactions with people and putting it online. They're in public. She was filming them in public, Chris. There's no law against filming people in public. If they have an issue with her, they can take her to civil court or whatever, right? But like, you're trying to white knight for these people that never asked you to white knight for them, that don't have a problem with it. And you're angry that people that are going to see that are going to do that, but they're going to do it in a very less respectful way, is what you're saying, right? But isn't that shit going to happen anyway? Like, that if that's really what's going to happen, then that's going to happen regardless if she makes videos like this. At least she's making them in a respectful manner. Like, what is the issue here? Like, guys, is he like what's the issue? Tell me, my hot gay sons in the chat. I'm rubbing you. I'm rubbing my hot gay sons. I'm saying hello. How are you? Aura bless, matcha popolki, Captain Bread Snafus. Yeah, people love it when you take an interest in their culture and things, right? Yeah, it's like taking it's like talking to an old person, right? It's not a problem. Zero problems like Alyssa and her content. Yeah. What is it? In fact, it's very intelligent. Oh, I mean, it's just like, I love the human interactions, right? Like, this is why you go to any culture. It's not for the sights. It's not for the food. It's for meeting the people that have never come to your country and, like, seeing people interact with them, you know?
And when the cost of making such content is nothing, but the profits are extraordinary, the only real thing stopping you from doing that is morals. And as we've seen time and again with streamers in Japan,
This is a very, very small percent of content creators out there. And again, as time passes, there's going to be people like this. There's nothing you can do except hope that the government cracks down on people that do shit like this, okay? You know? And it's like, and also for the Johnny Somali thing, the guy who was on the guy who did the trespassing in Fukushima, what is it? The guy who like was dodging train fares. So the guy who was on the Shinkansen, he actually bought his ticket. He just made a video showing that he didn't, when in reality he did. And then Johnny Somali, the government let him go. I don't agree with what Johnny Somali did. I think he's a piece of shit and he needs to get his ass kicked. But if the government doesn't care and it's their job to care, I don't care. And I think that's what Pearl was getting at when she's like, no Japanese person knew who Johnny Somali was. Nobody gave a shit, you know? And same thing with all these YouTubers. Like, it's there for 5 seconds. Japanese people care way more about what Japanese YouTubers do than a foreign YouTuber. And so, of course, this shit gets sensationalized. This stuff gets blown out of proportion because it's all these white knights who don't live in Japan that are getting angry about it. Like, Chris Abroad, I remember when Johnny Somali did something and he was like, if I ever saw this man, I'd punch him in the face. I'm like, no, you wouldn't. You're going to get sued and lose all your millions of dollars? Yeah, right, dude. Like, you're not going to do that. You're just typing that because you're hoping one of your mentally unhinged subscribers is going to violently go out there and commit a crime that you're too afraid to do yourself, and you're encouraging it. And I don't know. It's just like, come on, bro. Like, that's all they do. Like, that's why they try to rage bait this stuff, because they're hoping somebody who doesn't mind catching a case goes and actually does the violent shit that they want to do, you know? Yeah, in fact, is very intelligent. Me too. She's down to earth. Yeah, he acts like Pearl's a spy for Kim Jong. A direct quote from Chris's fans on Pearl's video about the graffiti. Hey, I just know I won't be giving you a view count. Came here just to say back off of Chris. This is pathetic. Yeah, dude. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, Chris knows his fans are nuts. Yeah, well, I mean, he's the biggest YouTuber, and he appeals to the Reddit group, you know? That's why he loves it. He wants the Reddit people that love Hassan Piker shocking his dog and love Ludwig being a jellyfish and not having a fucking opinion about anything. Like, he loves it because they give him money. Oh my God, Aaron becoming a fuck. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, any super chats or memberships that I get today, like I'm only doing this live stream to react to this. I'm gonna turn it off after I'm done with this. But any donos today, I'm gonna apply that time to Sunday. And for all of you guys who don't know, when I do a live stream, I do a live stream every Wednesday and Sunday here after I upload a new video. And like directly after I premiere the new video, we do the live stream, and it's usually for 60 minutes. And then if you guys become a member or you donate, you get it extends the time. So $1 is 1 minute, and a membership is 2 minutes. And if I get enough memberships, I can get cool new emojis like this. Thanks to Cobra Bebop dropping all those memberships the other day, I was able to open up a new emoji slot. And guess what the emoji is that I chose to make for that extra emoji slot? It's Pearl with a spray paint can, because she's doing it. We knew it all along. Yeah. Actual update, Ludwig called out Hassan, bro. Yeah, but he defended him a bunch of times before, dude. The guy's a bitch. I don't care. Again, like fucking Hassan, what is it? Like, Ludwig calls out... He waits for everybody to see what the majority of the opinion is, and then he calls it out. That's what I don't like. He's only turning on Hassan because he sees everybody else turning on Hassan, not because he thinks it's bad. That's why I don't like that guy. Anyway, let's keep going.
Morals are often in short supply, and coupled with the fact there's rising anti-foreign sentiment in Japan, it makes me...
Oh, come the fuck on. He's pointing out Kimi Onada, I think her name is. She's half American, half Japanese. Right now, Japan is cracking down on specifically people that overstay their visa and apply and reapply for asylum over and over again. And these are people that came over here on trainer visas. What do you call it? Trainee. Like, they're basically like skilled labor visas, and then they overstay their visa, and they're illegally overstaying in Japan. And this woman right here, Kimi Onada and Takaichi, like the two new women in charge, that's what they want to go after. And all these foreigners are making a big deal about this because they're worried that if they're over here on a legit visa, and even though they're paying their taxes and their health insurance and their pension, and they've never committed any crimes in Japan, they're worried about being deported for some reason. And it's retarded. So when Chris is like, this anti-foreigner sentiment, oh, you mean for the illegal immigrants that are over here? You mean for those people? Yeah, yeah, I see. Yeah, sure. We're talking about the same thing, obviously.
Concerned and uncomfortable. So what are the real issues facing Japan? What is happening to Japan? In the last few weeks, I've been travelling around the country, filming videos. I've been to Sendai, Nagano, Nagoya, Gifu, Okinawa, and spent...
Oh, look, he's actually hanging out with Japanese people. Wow. It only took him, what, like 10 plus years to do that?
Spending time with the locals out there, talking with them, hearing their concerns. I can assure you...
I wonder if he got any permits for those drone shots, because you're supposed to get permits for all the drone shots. Like, again, I really didn't like how in Sora, the trolls chat during the live stream, he was trying to go through Pearl's videos with a fine-tooth comb to criticize her on anything. And I bet if we went through Chris's videos with a fine-tooth comb, we could find some shit that we could nitpick and cherry-pick to complain about. Like these drone shots, you know. But at the same time, that's just bad faith actor comment, right? It's like, if you're angry about somebody, stick to the fucking first comment, bro.
None of them care about a fucking bin bag in Shinjuku or some spray paint on a wall in Nakameguro. The two most notable things are depopulation and a cost of living crisis. And funnily enough, while this stuff was happening, I was on an island in Okinawa interviewing the locals on how depopulation has affected their island, where once there were hundreds of people, today there are 50, and this has obviously affected island life. And quite honestly, I would much rather be editing that video than talking about this, but it will take me weeks to edit that video and do the islanders' story justice. And this takes me to the real crux of the matter, the thing that worries me the most. In the same time that it will take to produce this video, I could go out and film 50 of these videos, make a lot more money.
So why don't you get a fucking company like Netflix or some other big company to pay you so you'll get compensated for making something like this, dude? You could obviously make more money, get more people watching your stuff, get more professional street cred by doing that, versus YouTube has always been about just basic amateur stuff, man. You could call it slop, you could call it lazy, whatever you want, but that's what YouTube's for, dude. If you're trying to make something that's such high quality, there are companies out there that will pay you to do it, dude. Why the fuck are you whining? It's like going to a playground and being like, hey, those guys are playing kickball. This is a playground. I want to play. Oh, no, wait, that's a bad analogy. I don't know, man. It's just like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, wanting to play cards or checkers or something in the park and everyone's loud and you're complaining about them being loud. It's like, well, dude, you could go do that inside. You could go do that somewhere else. He's complaining about the system that YouTube has made. Again, it's don't hate the player, hate the game, right? And it's like, this is why, again, I feel like he really hates her. Like, he's pointing this out. Because if it wasn't, it's not just her. There's plenty of other people making content like this. But he wants to point out her because she's a white chick. His wife hates her. And it's socially it's socially on Reddit acceptable to go after white people these days. If he would never do this with a brown person. He would never do this with somebody who that is a tourist that's making tons of videos about this. He's specifically going after her, and it's just slimy, Like, again, like, you could have a company pay you to do this, but he's choosing to not do it for some reason. Why do you guys think in the chat section right now, why do you think that he hasn't reached out to a company to try to get them to produce something? Because I bet he could make a lot of money. I mean, fucking Jake Adelstein made like millions. I think it was like $20+ million or something for selling his Vice. What was this? Tokyo Vice, I mean, that was like an actual TV series, but I mean, fucking Top Gun or whatever's Top Speed or whatever, that British documentary series where they go and like do cars and shit. Those guys probably got paid a shit ton for that, I don't know, man. I just don't understand why he doesn't try to do that. What you explain it well. I retract my dents of Ludwig. He's still a jellywig. Yeah. She's just probably saying that, but probably won't even do it. Yeah. He's always just wanting to flex the fact, but who cares, right? Can he even get a Netflix deal? I mean, I think he has enough contacts with people that he could contact somebody at one of those companies and get a deal going. And he has enough like YouTube online street cred to probably make it happen, right? What is it? He always wants to, what is it? I think Pearl is prettier than his wife. I'm not going to talk about looks. I'm just saying that, whatever. Maybe he did reach out. Question, why does Shar hate Alyssa? Because they were going to make a video. They were going to make a video together, and then before they made the video, Charlotte released a new video, and Pearl was like, yeah, the video's okay, but I don't agree with you on that. I think you exaggerated something. And after that, like, Charlotte canceled their meetup. She canceled their filming, and then she like blocked her on all the messengers and stuff. So like Pearl couldn't even reach out to her. And yeah, so like this should not surprise me because Chris is married to somebody who's petty, and he's acting petty right now. So again, like there's a reason why he points out Pearl versus other people that are doing similar content. It's like he's got a personal vendetta against her.
With a lot less effort, it is increased.
Yeah, he's probably doing Netflix, but he sees it as a compromise for a reason, though. I think that's like that might be a good excuse, but at the same time, you've got to compromise, right? Maybe he has a reputation behind the scenes with no big company. Maybe. I mean, that's a speculation, right? Hey, yo, let's be real. We all have eyes, bro. We can see what's happening. Pearl is loving Ping, aka attractive and getting views. Chris is a crusty pit. Nah, I don't think it's about looks, dude. I don't think that's it. I don't think you're right about that. Thanks for playing so much. Very mean. It sounds very mean for no reason. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, dude. It's like if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right? And again, he's going off of this whole tirade or whatever you want to call it because he wants to be morally superior when really it just sounds like a kid being like, it's not fair. He's like Veruca Salt in it. It's not fair, Daddy. I want one too. And yeah, I mean, it's coming off like it's coming off more petty than what he's trying to convey. And no matter how well he's trying to convey it, it's still coming off as petty and personal and disingenuous.
increasingly hard to compete when you're producing videos to a higher standard, when you have to fact check everything. The creator of this video claimed it took 50 hours to produce this video, a claim I find to be, quite frankly, baffling. I'm not sure where the 50 hours went. And you might think, well, he does sound kind of jealous now. Maybe she's right. Maybe he's just not getting the views.
Yep.
And I say far from it. I could go out and make this content in...
No, Chris, you make... Take in mind, guys, Chris makes sensational content like this all the time. However, he makes it on his second channel, his podcast channel, where he sits down and he just milks his audience. You see, like, Chris likes to point out how he's so much better than Logan Paul or whatever, right? But because Logan Paul made content and then he just had a podcast forever. Chris also has a podcast that he makes money off of. He has it on multiple platforms, including YouTube and wherever, maybe Spotify or whatever. So he's monetizing that. He talks about all the sensational shit on there. And again, Chris is I wonder if he's going to point out in this video at all that he was complaining about how he's not getting any views a week before this happened. I wonder if he's going to point that out at all, because that's a very important part.
One afternoon in Tokyo. What I'm saying is...
Chris and Pearl both made good points, honestly. I watched Pearl's DNA test results video, and I could see Ashkex and genets are located. Ashkenazi, I don't know what that is. Yeah, what is it? It's like he's negging her, bro, the whole woke neg thing, yeah. Honestly, why Pearl edited the thumbnail? No, I think that, like, yeah, that is, like, disingenuous doing that, but at the same time, again, if it gets people to click on the video, then and they can see what the video's about, I don't know, man. I mean, like, I'm on the fence about that too. I don't do that with my videos, but at the same time, she's trying to get the maximum amount of views as possible. She's trying to get that YouTube money, and I watched the video. It doesn't seem. I think that she needed to point out more that it's not all of Tokyo. I think that she was wrong when she said it was all of Tokyo. If she said that was all of Tokyo, because it says what is happening in Japan, that is very sensationalistic. But at the same time, if you watch the video, she's not lying about the places that she points out. But then again, I don't think she points out that she's only showing 3 areas of Tokyo. I could take you to all these other areas of Tokyo, and it's not the same. It's not as bad. But yeah, as a kind of a Jew, I know that because I'm 10%. Oh, so you're saying that she's Jewish? Well, I mean, she's Christian, so I don't think she's Jewish, but if you're pointing out this is an anti-Jew thing, come on, bro. To quote Patrick Bateman, hey, man, just cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks, you know?
Social media platforms don't care. They don't reward accuracy. They don't reward nuance or objective reason. They reward clicks, they reward attention, they reward sensationalism.
So you're angry at her for playing the game better than you, and you want the game to stay the way. This is like that scene in the Wire with Marlon Stanfield where he's like, you want it to be one way, you want it to be the other way, but it ain't, you know? It's like, you know?
Journalistic integrity really doesn't count for much online, unfortunately.
Journalistic integrity? Dude, you clickbait the shit out of your videos all the time, man. Like, what? I don't know. I mean, like, I think there's a lot more integrity to her showing off the homeless people and the homeless situation, despite whatever angle you want to put on it, versus you who's hanging out in your fucking room right now just commenting on this stuff, not even going outside, bro. I mean, I know he's gone outside in his other videos, but it's like Pearl actually hangs out with Japanese people. I've never seen Chris in any of his videos aside from Natsuki and Ryotaro hanging out with Japanese people. And I don't know, just like when I see Chris, I think of like a foreigner who comes to Japan and then just stays in their foreign bubble the whole time, you know? Like, come on, bro.
To an almost dystopian degree. Some criticisms leveled at me is that I also make sensationalist content and that I only show the nice side of Japan.
For the most part, doesn't he?
The squeaky clean, rose-tinted spectacle version of the country. And to that I would say there's a big difference between sensationalist content and clickbait titles and thumbnails. I hate having to pull a stupid face. I hate my thumbnails and titles.
So he like just admitted that he does the same thing and that he hates it. Okay, maybe he's angry at Pearl for not hating herself for doing it.
But it is simply a matter of survival on an increasingly crowded platform that doesn't share your content unless it has a high click-through rate. And I tried to make...
So that's there you go, you know?
make up for the stupid faces and titles by delivering content that does the subject matter justice.
Oh shit, I didn't see this one. When did he release this one? 10 months ago? Okay, so one out of like what, 30 videos he makes like an actual like crowdfunded passion project? Okay.
And the claim that I show only the over-romanticized utopian version of Japan is simply ridiculous. Does this look romantic?
What are you talking about, Chris? How many videos of this? Oh, wait, let me go on his YouTube channel really quick. Let's see all the videos that he's posted in the last like 50 videos. Okay. 50 videos. Let's scroll all the way up. Okay, he's got how Japan's tiniest car can really go, 101 things to do in Tokyo, living in Tokyo was a mistake, in Japan's most dangerous volcano is going to erupt, YouTube de Keiken shita ichiban kitsui no chosen. I don't know what that one is in English, but yeah, sometimes YouTube just translates the titles into Japanese. 12 things we'll never understand about Japan. I tried Japan's Tokyo's cheapest restaurants. Why this rural Japanese town is a UFO spot. How far can Japan's tiniest car go on a single tank of gas? Eating cheap food with a sea dog on a train. 12 things in Japan that don't make sense. The day Japan fears the most $1 trillion million earthquake. 21 days in Japan. Himeji to Fukuoka. The awful truth about Japan's biggest influencers, or about YouTube's biggest influencers. I tried to work in a Japanese hotel. 12 must-try foods in Tokyo. I rode Japan's longest train in a day. 12 unspoken rules not to break in Japan. I traveled 500k in Japan's most overrated town. I opened my own bar in Tokyo. Is Japan getting worse? Parentheses, honest thoughts. I cycled 1,200. Okay, that sounds like a lot of just clickbait, dude. That sounds like a lot of clickbait fluff. So you made maybe one out of maybe 30 or 40 videos. You made one video talking about this stuff. Uh-huh. Inside Fukushima. Okay. So maybe once every 20 to 30 videos, you'll make a video about this. Okay. So that's... I don't know, Chris. I'm looking at your video profile right now, and it looks like a lot of these are just fluff-ass pieces, bro.
Is this a utopia? Does that look romanticized?
This is one out of very few videos you have on the subject, dude.
Is this a utopia? But do I walk through economically deprived parts of Tokyo and Osaka filming homeless people with a GoPro? No, I don't. And I'm sorry if that is the only definition of showing the dark side of Japan.
Motherfucker, you're like, there's a difference between somebody going out there and doing something with a GoPro, like your favorite buddy, Bald and Bankrupt, who is a great YouTuber. I like him a lot. Versus Pearl. Like, what's the big difference between Pearl doing it and Bald and Bankrupt doing it? You love that guy. You stroke that guy's cock so much. Like, what's the big dealio on this?
That you have. I cover the matters that I genuinely believe are affecting Japan the most.
Asterisk. Every 30 to 40 videos. Asterisk.
And in fact, I've been speaking with a homeless shelter about doing a documentary, but it's a serious topic. And
yeah, you're only doing it after she's been doing it for years now. You're literally playing catch up with her, bro. Come on, man.
These are people's lives, and I need to tackle that carefully.
I know, you just... Come on, bro.
If you want to watch something about Japan's homeless population, Life Where I'm From has made a...
Those are actually really good videos. You guys should go check that out. That guy, Life Where I'm From, he's a great YouTuber. He's got a lot of good stuff there, man.
Fantastic documentary series on the subject. I would urge you to go and watch them.
I have not watched those yet. I want to check those out.
I felt sort of disheartened this year, in general, about so many things.
Oh, so he's already been feeling depressed and angry. What do people do when they're depressed and angry, guys? They project. They attack people. Hurt people, you know? What do you do when life isn't going your way? Do you deal with it, or do you get angry at other people? Do you lash out? Yeah. I think this... I don't know. I'm not saying anything, Billy. I'm not saying... You did offend him, though. You did offend him. Come on, Jimmy. I was just busted balls, you know? Yeah, you did offend them. You did offend them a little bit, you know?
About the state of the world. And this is sort of to the side of this issue. As you may know, I've been living here over a decade now, about 13 years, and I've been extremely lucky to be here. And I've always tried to show Japan in a fair and balanced way, particularly more rural areas that I love, which I've been lucky to call home. And more I'm seeing comments and discourse online.
I saw Pearl's video, very educational. He's just dissing himself at this point, yeah. Sup, Dad? What did I miss? Yeah, Ray, you got to go back and check out the comment, or check it out later. Yeah, guys, normally, for any of you who are in here that are not usually here, I don't usually stream on Friday. Right now it's Friday morning. I usually stream on YouTube every Wednesday and every Sunday morning. That's when I release 4 videos a week, but those are the 2 days out of the week that I'm always streaming every time on YouTube. So make sure to click your subscribe bell if you want to get here. I don't normally react to videos on YouTube, but this came out, and I'm not gonna like make a thumbnail for this like I do with all my other reaction videos, and you know, whatever. I just wanted to react to that. But anyway, I stream every night on Twitch, though. On Twitch and on Kick, I dual stream every night. So while I'm studying Japanese, and that's usually for about 4 to 6 hours. So make sure you go over and follow me on Twitch and Kick if you haven't yet, okay? Because right now it's morning, but usually 6-7 hours from now, I'm usually on Twitch and I'm streaming, and we're usually doing a watch party of something. Or playing Japanese games while commenting on them on English. So make sure you go and follow me there. Yeah, the life where I'm from, YouTube, Vancouver originally, makes great content. He's really hard. Yeah, no, that guy's great, man. He's awesome. Hey, dark side would be the Burakumin, Johatsu, Hikikomori, Yakuza. Yeah, you know. 2 foreigners telling Japanese people how they should feel is crazy. If you are Japanese with self-respect, you will not let these foreigners speak for you. Yeah, culture hustlers trying to earn money off of someone else's culture. Both are despicable. I mean, these are just a bunch of Reddit F words that I can't say on YouTube. I don't watch English content, or I get the impression that creators from other are arguing with each other about Japan. I mean, when it comes down to it, I think like Pearl is more connected to Japan than Chris. Chris has been... he's been a YouTuber a lot longer than her, a successful one a lot longer than her. He's married to a foreigner, yeah, and he lived outside of Tokyo for a while. I'll give him credit for that. So he obviously probably has Japanese friends, and he speaks Japanese obviously if he's lived out there for a long time. But you know, Pearl married a Japanese guy. You know, like Pearl's like I think she goes out of her way more to try to meet Japanese people than abroad does. I don't know. I mean, that's just speculation, and I understand that that is purely speculation. But I don't know, man. I feel like because he hangs out with a lot more English-speaking YouTubers than she does, so I just assume that he's a lot more surrounded by English than she is. You know, she wakes up, she speaks Japanese to her husband. You know, she's friends with her neighbors that are Japanese. Like, I don't know.
That I'm just a foreign guy living in Japan. I don't understand the culture. I'm a foreign guy exploiting Japan. And I've had that claim thrown at me more in the last 12 months than in the last 12 years combined. To the point, it has sort of sucked the energy out of me a bit and made me wonder, what am I doing?
Well, I mean, for years, Chris has said that he wanted to move out of Japan and do something, but he knows that he's pigeonholed right now. And that if he made something else, or if he left Japan, like Eat Your Kimchi, they left Japan and nobody watches their shit anymore. Well, I mean, Martina came back, but yeah, I mean, like when you build your whole shtick around this one niche, like kind of theme, you can't leave. And so I bet Chris still loves Japan. I bet he loves being here, but yeah, I mean, like him, I don't know. I mean, like, I think that he ultimately wants to be a filmmaker, but he knows it's a real struggle in Japan to be a filmmaker, especially a foreigner. And there's a lot of red tape that goes into it here. And I think that he knows that, like, if you fuck up with the red tape, that like, you know, you could get like sued or something, or you could get in trouble, and he just doesn't want to open up that Pandora's box of problems. So I think he's angry because he's stuck on YouTube. He can't pretty much branch out anymore. And and he's stuck, and I think that's why he's angry. Because like up until now, he was on the gravy train. You know, he was making a shit ton of money. There was no competition for him. But obviously, within this last year, he's gotten way less views. He's gotten way less growth, which means he's not making that much money. He's got that Lost bar in Shibuya, which is like $20 to $30 for a drink per person, or like per drink, you know. And I don't know if that place is making money. I think that's more of like a marketing. I mean, like that's amazing because he's a YouTuber, so he just gets his other YouTube friends to go there and market the place like for free. It's very smart, but I don't know what else he's doing for money. But yeah, I mean, like if it's your main income and you're seeing all this competition pop up, of course you'd be pissed off, right? Because you want that gravy train to keep rolling, you know? Oh, what happened?
Does what I do matter anymore? No matter how many documentaries I make, no matter what I shine a spotlight on, no matter who I meet or what I do, just a foreign guy exploiting Japan.
Dude, come on. Like, I get, like, how is it I have more confidence than Chris? Like, this is part of me where I'm like, is this how Chris genuinely feels? He's letting the validation of other people control how he feels. I mean, this is another reason why I don't care about making that many views anymore on YouTube. Like, YouTube is a hobby for me that gives me money sometimes, but it's not my main income. I just do whatever I want, you know? Yeah, the self-pity from a millionaire, bro, is total Hassan energy. God. I don't know, man. It's just like, it's like, poor me, you know, world's smallest violin play. I'm not saying that rich people can't have problems. I'm just saying that, like the amount of self-pity and, like, please feel sorry for me is just, it's kind of, I don't know, it's overwhelming.
Spotlight on no matter who I meet or what I do, just a foreign guy exploiting Japan. And I felt lost about what am I doing here? I was far happier as a smaller creator without the burden of expectations, without people overanalyzing everything I said or did. And to be
well, I mean, like, he could still make that kind of content, but this is the problem. When you make a lot of money, you get addicted to that lifestyle, and you want to keep making that lifestyle, you know? You want to keep, like, you want to maintain that lifestyle. And then that's where your compromises come in, you know? That's why I live like a monk and I have no money. Like, you know, because, like, you know, this is what happens, Gary. You get a job and then you get the money and then you start wanting stuff, man. That's how they get you. And it's like, I get it, man. I mean, like, he's talking to you and, like, he's talking to us in a studio. Like, this is a studio that he built just for filming, that he has to rent out, that he probably paid 15 to 20 grand to get, like, built, you know? And he's, like, talking to us from that place. Meanwhile, I'm just in my shitty-ass little rat hole apartment here, and I'm happy. I'm feeling good, you know? I think Chris is the therapist, yeah.
Frank, the only thing that keeps me doing this is knowing I'm very lucky to have an amazing audience of people. I know you're not just numbers on a view count. You're actually real people, and I'm very grateful I've got to meet so many of you. I sort of need to know, if you're watching, that...
Dude, again, this is, like, so emotionally manipulative. Look at all the fucking zoom-ins, you know? Look at all these zoom-ins that he has here when he's talking about this, right? Like, this is not just, like... This isn't just like a, hey, guys, I'm feeling vulnerable. This is like, hey, guys, I'm feeling vulnerable. By the way, I gotta cut here. I gotta cut here. I gotta put this fucking... this BGM here. Like, it's so disingenuous, in my opinion. Like, if he was really feeling bad, he wouldn't be going out of his way to make all these edits. But he's doing it to get the biggest response out of people, to really twist the heartstrings, you know? Pull on the heartstrings. Am I the only one seeing this right now? Come on.
I've been lucky to call home. And more I'm seeing comments and discourse online that I'm just a foreign guy living in Japan. I don't understand the culture. I'm a foreign guy
You don't give a shit about these people. Come on, bro.
Exploiting Japan.
If you do, why do you give a shit about these people?
And I've had that claim thrown at me more in the last 12 months than in the last 12 years combined. To the point it has...
Yeah, and ironically, you only started caring about it when you started losing money. Right? Right?
Sort of sucked the energy out of me a bit and made me wonder, what am I doing?
He could obviously get a job in media. He could obviously get a job being a consultant. He could obviously get a job starting his own business. And, but he doesn't, because he knows this is the only thing he's good at, you know? Or at least this is the only thing that makes him the most money, you know? And so, like, what do you do when you feel like you've hit rock bottom, no matter how hard you try? You try to say "help me" without saying "help me." You know? Yeah, that's how I'm seeing it right now.
Does what I do matter anymore? No matter how many documentaries I make, no matter what I shine a spotlight on, no matter who I meet or what I do, just a foreign guy exploiting Japan.
Again, I don't want to beat a fucking dog here or whatever. I don't want to beat the thing here or whatever, right? Beat a dead horse.
Pearl is Lang Pung multilingual drawing skills unlock Riz achieved. Chris is the Guardian BBC panel with a jet program.
But yeah, thank you, buddy. Yeah, thank you, Mix. I feel like Chris is like genuinely cared. If he didn't care about the money, because this is the thing, Chris deeply cares about the money. That's why he cares. He wants to make the kind of stuff that he wants to make while making the same kind of money he makes while making clickbaity fluff utopia style videos or pictures, right? But Chris is angry because he knows that he's got the skills to make documentary stuff. He obviously cares about Japan, but he knows that people don't give a shit about that. It's not a problem of Pearl. It's the people that watch fucking clickbait sensational shit. It's a problem of YouTube that promotes that shit. And that's why it's like, Chris, if you just worked for a fucking... Like, I really doubt Chris is watching this at all or that he's going to watch this. But it's like, Chris, why don't you just fucking work with, like... You are the best-known YouTuber, a foreign YouTuber in all of Japan. Why don't you just work with a company, dude? You obviously have a huge passion for something, making the documentaries. Like, why don't you just try to make that your full-time gig, bro? Like, if that's what you want to do, where you want to work on passion projects, you could do it, man. But you're not going to downgrade your lifestyle. You know, you want to keep up this stuff. You want to keep up appearances. You want to keep up with the Joneses, dude. But it's obviously, like, your heart's not in doing the clickbaity stuff. And I know you don't want to do it, man. So just fucking... Like, why don't you just try to find somebody to fund? I bet that there is somebody, like Sam Hyde. I bet Chris hates Sam Hyde. And I know I've been really mean to Chris, but I don't hate Chris. Like, I don't hate his wife. I don't hate Chris. Like, I like, Charlotte was nothing but nice to me when I met her one time, you know? Chris, when my sushi video went viral that I took down because it pissed off people and I realized and I didn't like the video, like Chris reached out to me on Twitter. That was the only time I've ever talked to him, and he called me a Muppet because I stole his Patreon template. And but I think that it's just that it's like Chris obviously has some talent, man, and I know that you're pissed off, you want the money, but it's just like there's a way, like, you have such a big audience, man. Sam Hyde was able to make a sequel to, like, Sam Hyde got famous because he made a TV show on Adult Swim that got canceled after one season, right? And so he was just doing YouTube and stuff like that afterwards. But then one of his viewers reached out to him and he was like, I want to see that TV show. I want to see a third season or second season of that TV show. So... why don't you, like, he's like, I will be an executive producer. I will pay for you to make this. Chris, you literally have CEOs of companies that watch your shit. You're friends with PewDiePie, who has probably any connection to anybody in the world. Like, if you really wanted to make documentaries, why don't you reach out, like, ask, like, use those resources, man, or reach out to these people and fucking be like, yeah, I think that would be so great if he made another video and he's like, look, I'm done with this shit. I don't want to make this clickbaity stuff. YouTube's not going to change. Is there anybody out here that has connections to any media company or would like to fund, like, just a documentary series for me to film? And I bet he would fucking, like, I mean, come on, Chris. That would be so, like, obviously, like, I was thinking about this the other day, how it's like, I was watching Three Ninjas, the best spiritual awakening movie ever. Three Ninjas, Surf Ninjas, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 and 2. And it's like, it's all about the ninja, right? Mind, body, and spirit, right? And so it's like, in order to be happy, or at least fully, like, aware of yourself, or fully, like, what do you call it, nirvana bullshit, etc., you got to be healthy in the mind and in the body, but spirit. And spirit doesn't mean like Holy Spirit or like religious. It means that you have to find fulfillment in what you do in a daily routine, right? And it doesn't, it could be like fucking, you know, watering your plants, or like for me, it's like studying Japanese, doing my journal, like coloring. I do coloring. I print out pictures and I color them. Yeah. But it's like, you know, one of the reasons why, like, there was a time in my life where I really wanted to go after the views, but now I'm just like, I make so much money from my own, like, side hustles or main job, whatever you want to call it, that I don't really care about growth on YouTube. Like, I'd like it to be on YouTube, but my main point about YouTube is that I have cool shit that I want to share with people, and I know I could edit stuff better to be more emotionally manipulative. I could squeeze, you know, I could milk the market with maybe clickbaity shit, and hell, maybe I'll do it later. I don't know. But it's just like, for me, I'm doing what feels good to me, and that's more important than money or validation from random people on Reddit, you know? And I feel like Chris, he's obviously got the body. He looks healthy. His face looks tired, but he looks healthy. And I don't know about mentally or spiritually, but I think spiritually he's really dead. He needs that spirit booster, and I think that go ahead, man, make those fucking make the documentaries, dude. I bet you could do it. Like, if that's really where your heart is, I bet whatever money he's making from YouTube, like, let's just say theoretically, or not theoretically, hypothetically, right? Like, he's making like $500,000 a year from YouTube or whatever, right? I bet he could get a contract made with some company where he could get that money. You know, like, okay, we're gonna give you, like, we want you to make like 4 or 5 documentaries this year. We'll give you $500,000. Like, there you go, dude. Like, and then you can put them. You can, I don't know. You could put them on YouTube, or you could put them somewhere. I mean, the whole point is that, like, he, again, like, I think this is more motivated by money versus by creative integrity, or you know, wanting to do something. Like, it's so funny because I watched the movie Misery like a couple months, or maybe like a month or two ago, and that whole movie is about how the main character, he wanted to be a certain type of writer, but nobody read his first books because no one gave a shit. So then he made like a Twilight style book, right? And he made a Twilight style series, and everybody loved the shit out of it. And he didn't like it, but he knew it would make him money. So he made like 10 of them. And then at like the movie starts and he's finishing up his like 10th one. He's like done with the series. He's like, fuck it. I've made my money. I'm already famous. I'm going to go back to doing the stuff that I wanted to originally do because I have the money for it now. I don't give a shit, you know? And he's like, I've got the fame, so I have enough hardcore viewers that they're going to watch the other shit that doesn't get as much attention. And you know, like, that's like where the author is mentally at that point. And like at the end of the movie, like, yeah, he's like, after all that shit happens, at the end of the movie, he's like, yeah, he decides to still make, like, you know, do what he was originally saying he was going to do, and he makes other kinds of books. And so, yeah, I mean, like, Chris is at the point now where it's like, dude, you have the fame, you have the contacts, you have the money. I mean, hopefully you still have the money. That it's like, dude, just go after what you want, man. If you really want to do documentaries full time, do it, bro. Like, it's obviously killing him. Look at this poor guy. Like, I wonder if he stayed up late. I heard that when they filmed the police chase scene in Goodfellas, like, Ray Liotta, he wanted to, or Ray Liotta, I forgot his name, but like, in order to make him look coked out and like super exhausted, he purposely stayed up for like 24 or 32 hours to make it look more realistic. I wonder if Chris purposely like slept, like, you know, like, oh, you know, like stayed up late so he looks like shit, you know? I hope he didn't. But anyway, let's keep going. We're almost done with the video.
And I felt lost about what am I doing here? I was far happier as a smaller creator without the burden of expectations, without people overanalyzing everything I said or did.
Yeah.
And to be frank, the only thing that keeps me doing this is knowing I'm very lucky to have an amazing audience of people. I know you're not just numbers on a view count, you're actually real people, and I'm very grateful I've got to meet so many of you. I sort of need to know, if you're watching, that I'm not going mad here. If there's one thing to take away from this video, it's to remember, on the road ahead, whatever the algorithm throws at you, it's never been more important to call out things that are fundamentally wrong. What you choose to click on has honestly never mattered more. And unfortunately, much of the time, you don't get a choice on what you click on some of the short form content. We can look at the awful things that are curated for us on screen and accept that as reality, or we can go out into the world and make sense of it for ourselves. But we must remember the bigger picture.
Jump cut, zoom in.
Because if we don't, I think bad things are going to happen. Beyond this. I don't want to be negative.
Zoom out, jump cut.
But I have to speak my mind.
Zoom in.
Otherwise, what's the point of it all, right? And the good news is I'm looking forward to
zoom out,
to getting back to many wonderful videos that I've shot in the last few days on an island with Natsuki, rummaging through a forest. There's lots of great things to come. So thank you. Thank you as always.
Fade to black. Come on, bro. Okay. Shit, is this virtue signaling? Anyway, guys. Yeah, where is this? Okay, boom. So, yeah, that was Chris Abroad's response video to Pearl. Him calling out Pearl, and Pearl's reaction video to him. It's funny, but if he if he showed that like his response to Pearl in the Sora the Troll live chat, he got cooked so hardcore by that chat because he was just coming off like a petty dude that was just nitpicking. And I don't know, it just reminded, because like he was complaining about the graffiti, right? But then Pearl was showing that Pearl and him were showing that or Pearl and Sora were showing that the graffiti was real, but Chris was like, okay, well, what about this? You film people, you film children without their permission or something in public. How dare you? I wouldn't, I have Japanese friends, and I'm like, wait. Is this that, like, when did you stop beating your wife argument thing, right? Where it's just like, okay, you had an original point, but then you can't refute that anymore, so you point out something else. Like, that's not a good faith argument. You're just trying to, like, it's like, it's like, guys, I got a feeling here that he just doesn't like her. And I don't know, man. That video that he made, it's very emotionally manipulative. Like, I think he filmed it in good faith, possibly. But the way he edits it, it's supposed to get the most maximum amount of emotional reactions. And he knows what he's doing, dude. And so, yeah, I think if you have something that you care about, there's nothing wrong with calling it out. But when it's the last quarter of the year and you just complained a week before about how YouTube doesn't care about your stuff and your wife hates this person and you need some outrage marketing to get more attention on your stuff, because like, let's see how it works out. Let's see if Chris pumps out a video every day or every other day for Vlogmas. Let's see how much content he puts out in November and December versus now. Because if he does put out a bunch of stuff, then you'll know that he was just doing this as a marketing ploy. Again, if you really care about this subject, you're not trying to make content out of it. You're trying to call it out. You make one video, boom, bam, boom, like boom, bam, boom, you're done with it, But he purposely was going on everybody's fucking live stream chat in their comments section. He was making social media posts about it. He kept fucking making fun of it on his Instagram. Like, come on, bro. Like, if you want to come off like genuine, this is the exact opposite way that you're doing it. And I don't know. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the subject. I'd like to hear what you guys think about it. I'll make this. I usually don't make live streams that are under 4 hours, like public. Usually it's only the ones that are over 4 hours that are public, and then the other ones are just members only. But I'll make this one, a public one, so because I want to hear what you guys think about this, because, like, look, I'm not saying my opinion's right, but I'm just saying that, I think that, if he's pointing out that he doesn't like her stuff, I think that the way he's doing it is in a way that, I don't know, man. It's just like, you can't, it's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it, right? And I feel like I think the message that he's trying to convey is not the same as how he's trying to convey it. And at the end of the day, I'd love to see some Chris Broad documentaries, Like 10 years from now, it's like, yeah, he's like that Vanya Herzog or whatever his name is from Grizzly Man. Like, he's making a bunch of different documentaries showing off Japan. I mean, that's what he wants to be known for, man. Like, fucking Chris, move to a cheaper apartment, you know, downgrade your lifestyle so you can live off the money that you've made so far and just double down on the content that you want to make, bro. Now, let me catch up on the chat before I leave here. Sam Hyde is great. He's so funny. Yeah, what is it? The internet's full of points. Sam's making a good one right now. Sam be staying black and smooth black jazz. That's right. I'm a Pearl stan. Kathy Bates, OG Killer Cat. Yeah. I think that Chris's point is I'm a millionaire, but everyone should pity me. I attack people, but I'm virtuous. I never speak Japanese, but I accuse others of disrespecting Japan. Well, there you go. Shit, is this virtue signaling? Yeah. He don't know. We pom-pom for the Pearl. Yeah. Where's Basquet tagging Sammo on the walls here? Chris is mad that they put cheese on his cheeseburger. Yeah, they put cheese on the man's cheeseburger. What now? You shut your bitch ass. You kicked his monkey ass. Yeah, it's a very balanced opinion. Vlogmas, me and the other Mrs. watched Charlotte's Vlogmas, and it was good, but then she dipped and barely posts. Yeah. I like your take, TKO. Yeah. Hey, ChatGPT, consolidate this video into 5 sentences. Yep. Win takes. I think they both make valid points, but what's happening in Japan? Why do I feel like he needed to sound off? Yeah, I mean, like, again, which makes me think that this is just a marketing ploy. And it's just, I don't know. Like, I remember there's like this book that I read once, right? Not book, manga, comic book, Japanese comic book. And there's this, Japanese comic book I really got into this year called Kujo no Taizai, which is like Cujo's Big Punishment or whatever. And it's about this guy who used to be a prosecutor, I think. Was he a good maybe I'm mixing this with an anti-hero. But there was this guy who was a really good lawyer, and then he got so sick and tired of how wait, no, I'm thinking of fucking anti-hero here. Anyway, the Kujo no Taizai, or Cujo's Big Punishment, is about a criminal defense lawyer, a private criminal defense lawyer in Japan. And he basically explains how Japanese, like, the whole series, so far it's only up to like 12 or 13 volumes. I have 11 here at my house. And like, if you wanted to learn legalese Japanese, it's like the perfect manga recently to learn that stuff in. But it also explains how the criminal, like, you know, like prosecution, and like it just explains like the whole like court system and police system a lot better than most fucking, you know, media out there right now. And anyway, in the video he talks about there's one segment in the story where there's this girl that, like, she's like 18 or something, and she has like a learning disability or something, and she comes from a really bad home, and like her mom is like her mom married this guy who's her stepdad who rapes her constantly, so she runs away and she becomes like a Toyoko kid. And then she gets picked up by this host guy who's like, I want you to do porn and like give me the money. And she's like, honestly, I know that you're just using me, but she's like, I feel safe here. I want to just do it. And like when she does porn, she's like, wow, like I'm getting like these people respect me. They're taking care of me. I'm making money. Like, this is great. But her parents see that she's out on her own, and her parents are pieces of shit. And then, so the parents are like, we want that money. Like, she's getting that money. And like, so they go and they find a civil activist lawyer, and the lawyer knows that these parents are pieces of shit. But since technically the girl has like a learning disability or something, even though she's an adult, she makes an argument that the adult video company made her sign a contract in bad faith, when in reality she knew exactly what she was doing. But because this happens, the parents get her money. They get to keep all of her salary, so it doesn't go to her or the host boy, and she's not allowed to do porn. And like, this girl wasn't human trafficked. She knew exactly what was going on, and she wanted to do that. But the only reason the parents were able to get, like, they didn't care about her stopping to do porn. Like, the stepdad just wanted to rape her more, and the parents just wanted the money. Like, she had made like 30 grand plus or something. They just wanted that money. And so, or they wanted like more. I forgot how much money they get. But, so the civil activist lawyer, she doesn't care about the situation. She doesn't really care about the girl. Like, she never bothered to talk to the girl and ask her, like, how do you feel about this? She just wanted to add a win to her, like, her trophy case. That she's like, I won this case. I saved this girl. but it's like on paper, it looks like she's doing good. She's got the trophy. She saved this girl. But in reality, the girl goes into a deep depression. She does drugs. I think she ends up dying or something. And her parents stole her money, you know? So it's like the woman is like, I got a great trophy here. Look at this trophy. I did good. I'm a good person. I do all this good stuff. But that's kind of similar to how I see Chris in this video. He's like, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. This person's a bad person. And I'm, you know, this is just, it's she bad, bad, I good. Why you no think I good? I good, I very good, I good person. Please, look at the trophy. Look at the trophy. And I don't know, man. It's just the way that he makes the video, the timing of this, the amount of effort and attention he put into this. It just makes me feel like he's that lawyer. He's just this slimy chick that wants to get virtue signaling points and look good just so he can put that out there. Because, like, if Chris does this again, that'll show that he wants to point this out. If a whole year goes by and he doesn't call out anybody else who does something fucked up like this on his main channel, then it clearly shows to me that he was going after Pearl because he doesn't like Pearl, you know? And, yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the thing. Yeah, but anyway, only in Japan stream where he had an old pic of a chunk of J-Vloggers a year ago. Channel grows, egos grow, good things come and go, yeah. I like the collab video of Charlotte and PDR, yeah. Dad, Dad's going to be here forever. Optics, Dad needs to run for president. He's quite the showman, yeah. Anyway, that's what I thought about today's video. That's what I think about the war in Vietnam, Jenny. But what did you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm gonna keep the comments. I'm gonna make this public right after after I'm done recording this. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. I want to know. You know, like let me know like what you guys think about this shit. Okay, 17 years.
17 years. Hopefully to meet you with you again in Kabukicho in 2 weeks. If you're too busy, it's all good, no stress. We can meet up so I can give you stuff, and after that we can go our separate ways.
I know, Hashiria, you want to meet up. Don't worry, Hashiria, like I told you, dude, like, you've been a viewer of mine. See, I don't know about Chris. Chris does these things where you have to pay him to see him, and you have to either sign up for his events or go to events that are, like, he's sponsoring or whatever, right? So... but if you're a viewer of mine for a long time, like Hashiria, as long as I'm free, I don't mind meeting up with you. I'm cool like that. But anyway, what do we got here? Yeah, where's my video? Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, that's gonna be it for today's live stream, guys. Thank you so much for all this shit. Don't forget to follow. I do a live stream almost every day on Twitch and on Kick, but you guys don't know about that, so I'm shouting it out right there. So if you don't have an account on there, make an account. If you're not following me on there, follow me, because I do stream almost at least every weeknight as long as I don't have a job on usually on Wednesday nights. It's 50-50, but yeah, go over there, follow me over there and check out the newest video, and take in mind we got the Pearl emoji thanks to Cobra and a bunch of other sexy people becoming all members here. But check out the newest video, guys. I released a new video today. It's an hour and a half long. It's showing people that came to Japan on a business manager visa, and yeah, you're gonna want to check that shit out. It's pretty cool. Do the thing. It is, ma'am. And yeah. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Stay black, and yeah, you know, old Scottish summer dish there. Yeah, buddy. But Dad, why are you going? You do not go to get the milk. Oh yeah, I forgot. We have the emoji now. I want to use this emoji more when I'm leaving now. The going out for smokes and milk. Dad's got to go out and get the smoke and the smoke. YouTube refunded my gift memberships. Really? What the fuck, man? Yeah, shit. I'm gonna have to talk to them about that. Anyway, I don't even think they'll talk to me. I don't even think I can talk to them. But thank you guys. Anyway, y'all stay black, and I'll see you on the next one. Yeah, buddy. Otosan, nande, bye. I'll see you guys later on Twitch, maybe, if you're on Twitch, if you're cool like that. Don't forget to like and